Alright, so we got a woman who got mad at her boyfriend at the time because of a certain situation that she was in, and she ended up breaking up with him because of it. So, all we're gonna do is dissect what happened, and I'm not a fan of long intros, not gonna lie, so let's go ahead and get straight to the vid.
So I ghosted my boyfriend on New Year's Eve, and I have not spoken to him since. Before I get into this, I just want to say that me and my boyfriend, we have been together for a year. Well, almost a year, 11 months. A year on February 2nd, we will have been together. Okay? My boyfriend is also 34, grown man. He also is a homeowner, has a pretty good job, and also has a business that he's starting. So let's start there, right?
Alright, so everything checks out. I mean, at 34, I would expect a grown man to have most of those things. I mean, the only thing that really stood out was the fact that he's a business owner and a homeowner, but most people should have that by their age. And to clarify, I don't mean in the sense of once you reach 34, you have to be a homeowner. Because what I mean is at 34, you got more than enough time to become a homeowner, especially if you went to school and you got a good job afterwards, or you didn't go to school and you just got a job that pays that much.
So recently, I obviously, like you all have known, I've become unemployed, and I have not been able to find a job. I have put in like 30 applications a day. I've got nothing, like barely even an interview. I've gone on 2 interviews, so I've been literally struggling, and I no longer have the funds to afford these bills. Okay. Anyways, okay, I'm gonna keep it together for this. I'm not gonna get stressed out. I no longer have the funds to afford these bills. It's something so crazy about having hundreds of thousands of dollars one day and then the next day having nothing. But that's what's going on right now.
Yeah, that's life, man. It happens. But unfortunately for you, you might actually have to put the fries in the bag. Like, no joke. Because if we're being real, they always aren't. So you better start suiting up.
And so I am vulnerable with my man, and I go, hey, I'm gonna need to like stay with you for a little while I get myself together. Like, I don't have anything on the rent. And so I'm gonna need to move with you while I get myself together. Mind you, I said he has his own house, his own 3 bedroom apartment in a nice neighborhood. He also has a best friend. His best friend lives with him, mind you, and has been living with him for however many years that he's like lived there, almost the whole time he's lived there.
Yeah, I think that's because he contributes to the house in some way, shape, or form. Like, I'm not saying she can't do that, right? But I do think, my hypothesis would be like, he contributes to some degree. I mean, no way bros is culture vulturing as a grown man, too.
And so I'm like, if his best friend can live with him, why not his girlfriend, you know? So I'm like, hey, I need a place to stay. Which honestly, in hindsight, I should have even have to ask for that. He knew I was struggling. He should have said, hey, let me take something off of your plate. Like, come stay with me so that you can breathe and get this. If he really cared about me, he would have said that, but he didn't. He sat there and he watched me struggle and then watched me get to the point where I was like, hey, I just need a break. Like, I'm literally so depressed. I'm losing my mind. I can't find anything. Can you please help me? And he said, no. He said no. He said no, you cannot live with me. Mind you, living with him is free. Doesn't cost him anything.
This guy actually said, nah. Oh, brother. But no, that's incorrect. I'm not going to hold you. Because since you're staying with him, I assume logically you're not going to be spending any money. Because the whole point of staying with somebody is to save up as much as possible. So, I mean, unless you're going to be buying food and whatnot, groceries, he's going to be the one housing you completely. So that's a whole nother human being he has to take care of. Because, I mean, if my girl needed a place to stay, then yeah, I'd take her in. Personally, I would, without any questions. And plus, I don't know exactly what that guy has going on. I mean, she listed a few things, but I don't know if that's really everything. We're only going off of her side right now. So it is what it is in that aspect.
He said no. I can't live with him. At first, he goes, oh, I like that we have our own places to retreat to when we get into our arguments. And wrong answer. Number one, when we get into arguments, we never leave. Like, we stay in the same room and we continue to talk it out until we work it through, which I think is a really good habit that we have and a really good green flag that we have in our relationship. Yes, do we get into arguments? So does everyone. Yes, do I lose my cool? I'm a woman, but I rein it back in and we figure it out and nobody goes home. So that's a weird thing to say. We've never even done that. Second of all, that sounds like a problem to me, not a solution. When we get into arguments, we should not be leaving because what happens when we get married? There is no way to go. We both live in the same house.
Bro, what the is this a state prison? Like, what are we talking about? What do you mean there's nowhere to go? Bro, go to a different room. Like, we should definitely resolve the problem as soon as possible. You know, preferably then and there. Yeah, she's correct. But like the whole there's nowhere to go. Like, bro, what? Anyways.
So maybe that's not a good habit to start. Being that we have not started yet, maybe let's not start that now. On our very first date, I told him that I wanted to be engaged within a year. I said, after a year, I want to be engaged. He said that's plenty of enough time for someone to know whether or not they want to get married or not. This is what he said. We have talked about it, I shit you not, probably 10 times throughout this year. And never once did he say, I don't think this is going well enough for that to be a realistic goal anymore. Never once did he say, hey, like, let's pump the brakes. I don't think that we're doing that well for it to get to that. So I'm thinking we're doing well. We're on schedule. After a year or a year and a half, we'll probably get engaged. Then he goes, I don't think I want to live with someone again until I'm married to them, which is some new boundary that he literally just made up because he's never said that the whole time we've been together. And I go, maybe it's not a good idea that you live with someone after you already got married to them, because what if you guys are not compatible to live together and you don't know that until after you're already married? Then what? That's really dumb, actually. And so I'm like, okay, that's a completely new thing, but granted, it's been a year. We set our goal for a year. Are we going to get married? And he goes, no, that was your goal. Since when was this my goal? It was my goal, but like, I thought we were in agreement because you never said that we weren't in agreement. Clearly, I made all this up in my head, and this was never a goal. I just thought it was a goal because I continuously talked about it, and he never said that it was unrealistic. As a matter of fact, he said the quite opposite, that it was a realistic goal to have, and never once as we neared to the end of that year did he ever say, hey, I don't think we're close to being married.
Yeah, well, first off, it hasn't really been a year. I think she said it's been like 10 or 11 months or something like that. So close to a year, but technically it hasn't really been a year. And also he said something along the lines of a year is more than enough time to know whether or not you want to get married to like that person or whatnot, right? So it doesn't sound like a agreement to, yeah, we're getting married in a year. It sounds like I'll let you know my decision in a year.
So imagine my surprise when he says, I don't think we're close to being married. We still have things to figure out, because a couple of nights ago I got super irritated at him and yelled at him and told him to leave my house. And apparently that's enough of a reason for him to be like, whoa, I don't want to marry her.
Is she serious right now? Bro, how is she confused? She literally just said like 2 minutes ago that if they ever had an argument, they sit there and work it out then and there because, quote unquote, there's nowhere to go, right? Now she just said she yelled at him to get out of her house. So what is she confused about? She just went back on her own word. Like, I don't get it. Like, I say this though, if he already knew off rip he didn't want to marry her, or excuse me, a month or two in that he didn't want to marry her, then he should have been told her. I'm not gonna lie. There's no point in like withholding it unless you're on some, different timing.
All right. So yeah. And so I said, hey, I'm actually scared that I'm going to be homeless because I said, I'm actually thinking I'm going to be homeless because I don't have a job and these bills keep coming and I can't do it no more. I'm tapped out of resources. And I think I'm gonna end up, if you don't let me live with you, I'm gonna end up in my car, living in my car, something like being actually homeless. And he goes, well, plenty of millionaires have lived in their car before. What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know what that guy's talking about. Like, I don't know if that was supposed to be some type of rags to riches type of motivation, but it just didn't hit, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. Plus, she's not even a millionaire, so there's that. Shoot, she's not even close to being a millionaire. She's literally unemployed right now.
So basically he said, yeah, no, I'm not gonna help you. I'm sorry that you're dealing with this. I know it's hard, but basically he told me that you never really do have anybody to depend on and you come alone in this world and you are your own person and you should be your number one priority because nobody else is going to be dependable, which I translated to he is not someone I can depend on. Why would I ever marry someone that I can't depend on? I'm a dependable person. I've had friends that I've let stay with me, that I've given a place to stay for free, that I've been able to like say, hey, you can lean on me. Like, don't worry about nothing. Take a break. I got you. So if I can be dependable to my friends, you can be dependable to your girlfriend. It's not a crazy concept. Yeah, we do come in this world alone, but relationships are the whole reason of everything. You should be able to depend on the people around you, on your community. They should be people that you can say, hey, you do owe a responsibility to the people you love and the people you care about. And apparently he doesn't think that way. And I don't think I can be in a relationship with someone who doesn't think that way. And so I decided that I kind of ghosted him. I just stopped talking to him and I probably will never speak to him again. That really turned me off. And yeah, that's why I broke up with my boyfriend, because he said it was okay that I be homeless.
Bro, that guy went through some growing up, bro. Cause dude gave her the cold shoulder immediately. Like, yo, that's crazy. I'm not even gonna lie. And no, you do not owe a responsibility to the people you love and care about. Like, I don't know where that former obligation came from, but no, it's not really how it goes. This just sounds mad entitled right now. Like, if you need help, then yeah, someone should definitely help you because they want to help you, you know, but you're not obligated to do so. It's not a requirement. It's just a kind offer for someone in need. So with that being said, you should definitely help someone who needs help. Like, it really depends on the circumstances and situation of what it is, but she said this like it's a must, like no questions asked. It's like, nah, it's not how life works, bro.
I should be homeless while he goes home to his 3-bedroom house in a nice neighborhood and rubs his feet together under his nice comforter set, his nice sheet set, and watches his 70-inch TV on the wall and twiddles his thumbs together while I'm out in my car in the cold. Talking about he's gonna get me a blanket for Christmas so I don't be cold. You gonna get you a new bitch for Christmas?
Yeah, bro, he worked for that. What are we talking about right now? Like, yeah, he should definitely help his girl. Like, I agree 100%. But like, I don't know why she's. I mean, she's definitely trolling. But yeah, if she was actually tight about this guy enjoying himself in the comfort of his own house, like that's crazy. But that's the end of the video. She made a part 2, I believe, and I think a part 3, but this video's already long enough, so I'm gonna end it right here, and I'll make a part 2 and possibly part 3 to her videos in the near future. Until then, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm gonna catch y'all next time.